Okay, with this video, I want to go through how to calculate a loan payment. And I have a couple other videos that are basically the same process, just different types of loans. This one's going to be a mortgage. I've done it with a car loan before, student loans, that kind of stuff. But anyway, I wanted to get into this one just a little bit. All right, so first of all, what we need to understand is our formula for how to calculate a payment. And this is our formula for it. This says that the payment equals all of this. And when we'll type this into the calculator, I'm going to go through that with you today. Just to make sure you get it all set up correctly. That may be the challenge on it, okay? All right, so now let's bring in the actual scenario, and we'll kind of go through what each one of these mean as we do it. So here's our scenario. We want to obtain a 30-year fixed mortgage for $216,000 at 4.75% interest rate. Okay, so we want to find out what our monthly payment would be, what our principal and interest would be. Okay, so we kind of go through each one of these. Well, PMT is our payment. That's what we're solving for. So really what we're going to have to do is plug all this stuff here on the right-hand side of this equal sign into our calculator, and it'll spit out an answer for us. All right, let's start with the first one that we've got here is P. That's our starting loan balance. So that's our $216,000 in this case. So I'm going to take and get rid of P, and in its place I'm going to write $216,000. All right, the next one is APR. That's our interest rate is the easiest way to do it. Our interest rate we're going to plug in, and notice we're going to plug it in two different spots. I'm going to plug it in way up top here as well as right here. Now, I don't plug in 4.75 because I have to actually convert it to a decimal. So 4.75% as a decimal is 0.0475. So you'll notice that here, 0.0475 is 4.75%. Okay, the next one that we do, this is kind of the easiest one. It's a number of payments per year. Pretty much everything that we're doing is 12 payments per year. So N is going to equal 12. And notice here that it's in three different locations. I've got an N here, an N here, and an N over here. So we just have to make sure that when we plug in 12 for N, we're going to do it in all three locations. So let's do that now. And I recognize I'm going kind of fast on this. I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator though, so it won't be so daunting. Okay, and then the last one is this Y. Now this is negative 12 times Y. And Y is how long this loan is going to be in terms of years. This is a 30-year mortgage, so it's going to be 30 here. So it's going to be negative 12 times 30, okay? Now we're going to plug that all into our calculator. So let's see if we can bring in our calculator. I've got it right here. Here we go. Let's see if I can't move this one over just a touch, just so we can kind of see. There we go. Okay, so here's what everything I'm going to have to type in is right here. Okay, so I'm just going to try to type it in just like that. And I'm using the TI Inspire. It's TI Inspire is nice because it'll make it look just like that. So first thing I do is I have a fraction here. So then I'm going to type in 216,000. And then I'm going to use my parentheses. Again, I want it to look just like this one over here in blue. And again, I have another fraction. So control divide is my fraction sign. That's my shortcut for it anyway. And I can go 0.047, whoops, 475 divided by 12. Okay. And then on the bottom I have 1 minus, then I've got my parenthesis again, and that is 1 plus, and I've got another fraction over here, so that's fine. I just go control fraction sign. And let's see here, control divide is my fraction sign, sorry. And then I type in my interest rate, 0.0475, and that's divided by 12. Okay, now I get on this other side here, and I have to, this is all raised to the power of negative 12 times 30. So right here, this little, I think we call it a circumflex, we click that button there, and that's what gives me all raised to a certain power. Okay, now I'm going to go all raised to the negative 12 times 30. Okay, make sure it looks exactly like what we've got over here, and then just hit enter, and that will spit out the answer for you. The answer on this one should be 1126.75.8, and we're going to round it. Let's see, it asks us to round it to the nearest cent. So the nearest cent would be 1126.76. So let's bring this one back in. 1126.76 is where we should be at.